I mean, welcome, everybody. It's Kamisha Reviews, the queen of all reality TV. I got Mia, the queen, is in the building. As usual, talking to her behind the scenes. She is always, this is my new queen right here, and she always will be that. If I go to a reality show, I know she'll be the main one in front of the screen. Kamisha's on the screen. Everybody be quiet. I got text
No,
me.
I got your back.
I already know. She looks gorgeous with her fro over here, and she's
Thank
back
you.
again for Beast Games. And I want to talk about her experience. First of all, thank you for coming on here again.
Thank
Um,
you for having me. Thank you for having me once
yes, ma'am.
again.
You are a queen. You already know I feel that way about you.
Oh,
And
thank you. I appreciate it. Queens eat queens, no queens. Queens recognize queens. We fix our
period.
crowns. No hating.
It all love. When I saw her on the screen, I was just like, even my fiance who really doesn't watch reality TV, he was like, "Shit!" I was like, well, because I don't always tell him everything that I know before. I was like, "Oh yeah, she's here." He was like, "Okay," just supportive because the Kings like you too, Mama.
I
So,
appreciate it.
how did you able to get back into it? Because I'm gonna tell you something. When you left the first, I mean, how everything happened for you the first time, I was really happy for the win as far as the eye and everything. But I really wanted you to win it all, and you were so close. So,
They was blocking me. They was blocking me.
how did this happen again? That you had to get on here another season. What happened?
Really, it was just. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It was an invitation because of the
Mm, yes.
the popularity and then like my personality. It did wonders for the show. Just to be honest, and they wanted me to come
Of
back and
course.
do it again. So really, I was invited back. So I know that some of the contestants didn't like that, but that's just the break.
Oh
So we
well.
we we put in the work in the first, the of course the crew, Jimmy,
Yeah.
the whole casting and
Hmm.
everyone put the work in on that first season, and it was not uneventful. It was a lot that we went through,
Yeah, I'm
and
sure.
it was just so popular that they invited me back. So I decided like, hey, why not? It was up to
Mm,
me to make the decision whether I wanted to do it again, and I chose to do it again.
okay, and a lot of people were as well, and you did brought it as you always do. Period. But anyway, so when you were standing there and they had to choose, to bring, I kept saying, if y'all don't say her, I was literally saying it. And I saw other people were saying the same thing, like, why did they wait so long to say her name? How did you feel standing there? Did you think, okay, they're not going? I know it's a reality, I know it's show, but I get all that, I know all that stuff, that
Yeah.
jazz. But people want to know, like, how did it feel standing there, having to wait to see, are they going to say choose me?
Um, there were two things going through my mind. It was like, they gave us a chance to speak and kind of like say our case and why they should bring us back. But at the end of the day, it was like, okay, I said my piece of why I feel like is though I should be brought back. But at
Hmm.
the end of the day, I was like, well, I actually said that, but they cut a lot of it out. Like, it's
Mm.
really not y'all decision; it's God's decision whether I wanted to come back. So I do appreciate you if you invite me back. But at the end of the day, it's like He makes the decision whether I'm involved or not. But you
Mm.
can see that was kind of like to my point in the first episode. It's like the person who was greedy gets invited back, the person who lied gets invited back, but the person who never lied and was never greedy doesn't get one of the first invitations. So I was like, this is a state of affairs.
Yeah.
This is a state of
Oh.
affairs, and it's exactly what I was talking about. The
Mhm.
person that was greedy and lied gets invited over the person who never was greedy and never lied. So I was just like, par for the course, you're just proving my point that, at the end of the day, it's no right way to be me,
Mhm.
or in this skin, as you well know. Just be you,
Right.
because they're gonna not they don't like you, they're gonna like you regardless of how well and how subservient, and how much you pacify and try to be someone else. I'm gonna just be me, and if you like it or not, guess what, I'm still going to thrive.
Wow.
So I was like, first I was like more so pleading my case as to why I was, why they should invite me back. But then I
Mhm.
was like, you know what, God's in control. You don't need to pander. And then
Right.
I was one of the last chosen, but I'm so used to being last, because this a
Hmm.
Bible scripture says the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So I was already in there. It's just that I had to calm down and let things take its course versus trying to convince people.
Yes, and that's one of the things that I still do love about you, that I was like, as you said, chosen last, and I can honestly say that. And we're not just saying as far as a black person, it's a black woman. People don't understand those together. It's just a powerful thing, a positive and a negative. My dad was told me that, those strikes are against you. You are a woman and you're black. And so, with that being said, imagine if you're not a black and you're a woman, you'll be always a step ahead, or they're gonna choose you. And I've always said this, even being a blogger, I've always said that, and I will still stand on that. So when you said that, it was powerful. It hit me hard. So even though you were chosen last, and I do agree, it just looked seedy to me as far like, are we really living this life where it's like you gonna choose the one that you all rooted for and saying you would trust? And come on, man, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the logic, even as strategically, I didn't understand it. It just didn't make any sense to me. If I'm going to play something that I haven't done before, and I'm going to bring somebody on who's done it before, also a person that everyone knows how they play, they're trustworthy. This is who I'm going to bring first. So it didn't make any sense. So anyway, I'm happy that you responded to that. Thank you so much. I had to talk about stuff first.
No, no,
So
no, no. Yeah, I mean, that's just the real. I mean, and let's not take away the fact, because I know people might have something to say. Well,
there we
they
go.
invited Tawana back. Yeah, they invited Tawana back. That's cool. But it
Mm.
was like, how long did it take? Is if it's about limiting people's blessings, how come Jeff was the first to be invited back? If the person who got
Ah.
the absolute most out of the show was invited back, why not everybody? Why not
Mm.
everybody who got the most? So the second person that got the most should have been me, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
If I know how to get to the top, then so I was like, okay, cool.
Exactly.
Listen, I'm at this age where I'm so unbothered. I've been
Mm.
unbothered. Like I am who I am, and I represent God, and
Yes.
I'm still going to tell the truth. And people hate the truth, so
Mhm. And they do,
that's the
and
thing.
they
They
still
hate the
continue
truth.
with 'em. They do, they do. So
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question about, because you've done 2 seasons of this, like I said, and the
Mhm.
first season, everything that you went through, and not just me watching it and the fans watching it. Yeah, a lot of people were rooting for you and was frustrated about a lot of the things they saw that happened to you, and a lot of people still feel that way. I'm talking about fans or whatever, and then myself included. Give me a comparison or your thoughts, I guess, about this season and this season differences that you saw coming in as a vet, because that's what you are now, a vet of Beast Games.
Um, I would say I don't know. I think a lot of them, well, not all of them, but I would say a good portion of people had a chip on their shoulder when we came. Like we didn't deserve to be there, but they didn't realize we deserved to be there more than anyone because we made with Jimmy and all his crew and all the people that put their hard work in it, we made the show
Wow.
possible. And remember, we didn't come from 200, we came from 2000.
Mm. Oh,
We
that's
didn't
right.
come from 200, we came from 2000. So from
Correct.
2000, I was all got all the way up to 25.
Mm.
So that's a much different thing. Granted, this was more physical, more strategic. But
Right.
granted, before it was physical too, because if you look at the first episode before it got to Prime, episode 0, which is the rope pulls and all that stuff, was very physical.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And I was there with men, like like it got without getting too in detail, it
Right.
was very physical between men and women. Like they were
Mm.
like so it I think that this time around was, I think, a little bit easier. And I think some of the viewers had said that because I'm thinking, like, okay, for some people that watch the Island show, I had to go up against Navy SEALs. So, I mean, what did they really do that was comparable to that with the
Right.
Island?
Right. Right. Okay. Gotcha. Good.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like we did more. And it
Mm.
was like, it was a little bit more because I was left kind of still wanting with some of the things that they had to do to get, you know, not these last few episodes, but so far as up into the Ireland episode, it was a little bit more team versus individual, and the whole goal of the show is like it's not going to be a team that wins; it's going to be an individual that wins each particular thing.
I literally was going to ask you about that, because
But like what, like
the,
team? Okay,
the Survivor one was like a really big deal. And
yeah.
because of the fact that I come from doing Big Brother, and I haven't done Survivor, but I've done a press for Big Brother, and so that family Survivor is a really big deal to a lot of fans, a lot of content creators, bloggers, and whatever. And
Mhm.
so when that merge happened, I was just like, whoa. So in your opinion, even coming in as a vet, did you feel like, I noticed you reinvent things as the second season goes on, but was that something you would have liked? But you kind of mentioned the team thing. We're going to go into that as well. Give me your thoughts more about the team situation compared to, because you guys had it rough. I felt like y'all was on your own. I mean, it just what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like And this is kind of tough because what I understand what they try to do. They try to take all the feedback from the first season, which
Okay.
Jimmy
Oh.
does a whole video on that. He did a whole video on the things he changed from first season to second season.
Mhm.
And let me just lay this foundation: anybody can pick something apart. Anybody can critique
Yes.
something, but the level
Yes.
of people, manpower, revenue, and just sheer like grit that it takes to make a show like this is nothing to look down on.
Mm.
So my critique is because I was a part of it. My
Mhm.
critique is coming from a place where it's of love, what we could have done better. But just critiquing for the sake of cutting something down and ripping it apart,
Mhm.
that's definitely not what I'm here to do, because I know how much it trust and believe. I was taking notes on some of that. Like, I ain't never seen nothing like this
Wow.
before.
I'm
Let me
seeing
take
that.
notes.
Mhm.
So far as the second one's concerned, I just think that they had to keep a certain level of continuum so that people can follow along from season to season, see some similarities at the
Mhm.
same time. But
Mhm.
then that collaboration was mind blowing, because I didn't know that was going to happen. I would love to have been on that episode. Man, I was so mad that I make it to that episode, because I'm like, well, shoot, who better to be on the island than the island girl? So,
I agree with
and
that
I
too.
said, golly, they cut it
Mhm.
short. And it wasn't even about necessarily winning more things. It was
Right,
just
right,
about
right.
getting farther along so that,
Mhm.
just I can just compete.
Yes.
So I just think that they did the best that they could. But so far as the team thing, it kind of lost, I think, the sense of competitiveness,
Mm.
because now you have five people helping you when we didn't really have many people necessarily helping. It was individual, kind of every man for themselves. And you
Right.
had to kind of work as a mental team to see, okay, can I make alliances with these people?
Mm.
There was really no strategy to make an alliance if you're just kind of, you're chosen to be on a team. It was just kind of competition. And, it just was what it was, but I don't think it was that hard of competition for five people.
Mm.
Just my
Well,
opinion.
well, some people were saying that the hardest part was the podium, the total. They had to do that thing there.
Yes, I will agree on that one.
That was to me. I just don't know. I mean, even as slim as I've gotten, I said I don't know if I could have. You have to hold. I don't think it's a size thing. You have to have that
It is
grip.
a size thing. I mean, as a personal
Well,
trainer, it's
okay.
physics,
He
because the
was
heavier
good
you
though.
are, the harder it is
But
the
JC
bigger you
that
are, the
big, and he
harder.
was having a rough time. He's not that. He was a slim guy. And he was really was he he yeah, he was struggling. Now, the strategy that I feel like some of the people had on the show, like even because I interviewed the one that actually ended up winning everything, and
Mhm.
the emotional piece of it, and I was like, okay, you
Don't
didn't.
spoil it, Kamisha. I'm
Well, no,
still
no,
watching.
it's oh, no, my bad, my bad, my bad.
No, no,
So,
no. You didn't say no. I'm just being wild.
I'm like, what? I said no. What I
No,
was
no,
gonna
no,
say was when you
no,
are
no, no.
when you're speaking, trying to like, this is my pleading my case. When watching you from previous season, even until your season, I didn't really see you do a lot of that. Even when you were saying about the part of when they were choosing, you didn't do too much. You said it was in God's hands because people, it was a controversy a little bit with that because the way he was saying things and crying and talking about the money and all this financial things. You didn't do that, but still got so much love from so many fans. Why do you think that is? Because you didn't have to reveal too much. You know what I'm saying?
You mean specifically for the decision with the island?
Well, just period. Like,
The
well,
period. Okay.
yeah, yeah, but the situation with the island, yes, and the way, just the way, not speaking ill about, because I have no issue, but the way he was trying to tell everybody, I have no money in my bank account, just the different things he was saying. When I go to you and think about how you pledged your case, as far as the little bit that you said, when they had to choose to bring another one back from your season, you didn't
Hmm.
do too much, and you said it was in God's hands. And I was just saying, you still got so much love and respect
Hmm.
from the fans. Not saying anything against this young man because I think he's wonderful. I'm just talking about two different situations. I just want you to
Yeah,
know. You see what I'm saying now? You get what I'm saying?
yeah. I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Now, I'm just be honest with you. A lot of stuff gets edited. I did say three different times, like how I was a good choice to come back. But of
Mhm.
course, a lot of stuff doesn't make it, and a lot of people make judgments about people, but they don't see the whole story of how they
Right.
edited it.
Yeah, Edging crazy.
So for me, you might have only heard me plead, or not plead my case, but tell
Right.
why I should be accepted back
Mhm.
once. But I had to do it three times because I was not getting chosen. So
Mm.
even each time I said
Mm.
something, it was more so, hey, this is the reason. But it wasn't like crying or begging. It was just, hey,
Right.
this is the reason why I should come back, because I played a good game and I'm a competitor. And I'm
Mhm.
also here to help people who are willing to be helped. meaning that, yeah, I'm here for myself, but I'm also here to give you strategies too, if that's what you want, or
Mm.
if you're playing a fair game. Like, yeah.
Mm. Okay.
So I feel as though people that gear toward me or, show me love, I appreciate them. Um, I can't be anybody else. Like, yeah, I'm an actor. I can act, of course, but this is me. Like this, I'm not playing somebody else. Like, yeah, there's times where you get like highlights of at me at a very emotional point because it's a lot at stake. But I just think that at the end of the day, they showed what was the natural, I guess, the natural vein of that trajectory. That one time that I said something, and then at the very end, because they just didn't have a lot of time to kind of go back and forth. And I think that the love I receive is just genuine love, and then you know people who are they are, like everybody's not going to be the same, and that's okay. So I think
Mm.
that love that I really appreciate the love they gave me, and I did state my case a couple times, but only one of those cases was presented with the
Mm.
edits of the show.
So I want to talk about how you went off when that man. When I say I have rewound, because when I got to, well, I got to watch it before everybody else did, and when I tell you I
Yeah.
rewound that part about 3 times, because I was like, you better say it with your chest, 'cause but I felt it. I was so upset. I mean, but I was like trying to look at it from all. I was trying to. I was like, how would I feel in this position? So I want you to talk about it in your words, from your position, and how you felt about it. Because I guess everybody thought it was gonna be the same as the first season when everybody said no, and because I thought the same thing. I was like, okay, they're not
Hmm.
gonna take it. Going by what their vets did the first season. Most,
Hmm.
if you watch any reality TV show where there's a competition, whether it's a challenge, Big Brother, the people that go on to the new season always watch the season previous before so that they can
They,
learn from it.
these people didn't. I don't know what they was doing, but they ain't do their homework. They ain't do their homework. Love them to death.
Oh,
Love them to
goodness
death, but
gracious.
I don't think they paid attention to the class that was presented
Come
before
on.
this
Come on
came
now.
down. So I mean, like I don't have to preface this with let me be honest. I'm gonna just be who I am, which is I'm
Yes.
gonna tell it.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, we prayed before each game,
Mm.
meaning
Oh,
that
wow.
okay, I had to vie for a team, meaning that
Mhm.
I had to come up to a team and say, hey, this is the reason why you should choose me to be a part of your team. Now I'm an outsider. I'm at a place where people don't want people that already got something to come back. So I had to vie to this team, like, hey, this is me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just here trying to do something. And I did it very well last time. I would be an asset to your team. And they had to choose me over another young lady who was already their friend. She got there well
Oh,
before I did and established a
what?
relationship. So when I
Mhm.
came to this team, I was chosen over a young lady that was a good person. I thought she was a cool person. I said, listen, let's make a decision because you don't want to make it get to the final hour and
Right.
she can't go over to another team to plead her case to
Right,
be a part
right,
of that
right,
team.
right.
So I said, listen,
Mhm.
let's just make a decision. Even if it's to not choose me, let's
Mhm.
give each person, me and the other lady, a chance to be chosen by someone else. Don't
Right.
use all of the time. So they chose me.
Mm.
Meaning, when you
Wow.
choose somebody to come on your team, there's one thing about them that you choose them for. You feel as though they're worthy and they're
Mhm.
trustworthy.
Mhm.
So every time we would do a different challenge, we would pray. Most of the times, I led the prayer, but I said, "This is not. It's not an I in team. There's a team." So I said each person should lead the prayer.
Okay.
Before that particular instance, when we went up for the last and final challenge, JT prayed. JT, the one who went up
Mhm.
to deny or accept the challenge for the 1 million, was the leader of that prayer. And we prayed that he
Mm.
would do the best thing for the
Mhm.
team.
Mhm.
Um, he is a police officer. One guy was a firefighter. The other two were unemployed. And I was telling them that I'm the best person that can get
Mhm.
y'all coming out at least with something.
Right.
There were two other people that were unemployed. Me, a winner from last year. I'm okay. He prayed for the team and he used God as this. People love to use God when it's a benefit, but they don't want to use God when they have to sacrifice something and give up something.
Mm. Mm.
So after he prayed, he went on up there and he promised us that he had our back. And he
Okay.
prayed, used God's name, and said he was going to do the right thing, which means that we all agree that we're going to deny this and then God is going to give us something more. And you
Okay.
hear me say on the cut that don't do it, JT. God is going to give you double what you lost, which
Mm.
means he could have won the island easily. He would have 1.8.
Right, right, right.
Also, it was not going to stop at 1 million.
Mm.
It was going
Powerful.
to keep going.
Mm.
Remember, Jimmy never does pretty much the same thing unless it's the island. The number was going to go up above 1 million.
Mm.
So when he went up, everybody's like, "Oh, I would have took the money, and she's crazy, and she's this." This is the thing: you are who you are in all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
If the guy from the first season, all four did not take the million. If they did, excuse me, if they did take the million, if Tawana took the 1 million, I wouldn't have won the island. I was on Tawana's team. If the young man that was on Jeffrey was in the 60 people on the bottom where I was, and there was
Mm-hmm.
a man up there named Jeremy, the one that people me say that I had a beef with, which I did to a certain extent about the Christianity part. But I will
Right.
give you this one respect.
Mm-hmm.
I respect Jeremy because guess what he did? He kept
Mm-hmm.
his word. Jeremy said no to the million, and guess what that did for Jeffrey? Jeffrey won the whole show because Jeremy kept his word.
Mm.
Now they had championed Jeff. He's
Right.
the win. He wouldn't be the winner, and he wouldn't be able to do the things he's doing for creatine transport deficiency, and
Right.
except if Jeremy kept his word. Your integrity is not for sale. So you tell me that
Mm.
Ibrahim Toure, the president of Burkina Faso, his head of security was offered $5 million to assassinate him. If
Jesus.
they had any of these people that say that they are this, that, and they would have taken the money, they would kill somebody. They would do anything for
Right.
money. Money is
Right.
not my God.
Right.
I can say no to it because I've said no to it before in real life, outside
Mm-hmm.
of a game, to the tune of the same amount. And I walked away from it. And guess what God did? And I didn't have to lie and steal. He gave me double what I turned down.
Mm.
That's why I was telling JT in real life, this has happened to me, and my faith has shown me that what God never takes something from you that He won't give back. Now,
Right.
people say, "Oh, this is the only time you can get it." Well, if that's the only time you believe you can get it, then that's your faith right there. That
Mm.
you have to lie and cheat and scheme to get something. Anybody can get it that they lie, cheat, and scheme.
Right.
There's no difficulty in lying, cheating, and scheming to get something. That's why we have this show called American Greed.
Hey, so I'm gonna ask you this. So when you were saying what you were saying to him, which was powerful,
Hmm.
because you was just let him know, like you were just like it's almost like I don't get it, but you were saying it so powerful, and the words you used was just it was everything. Were you speaking for the people who were unemployed in your team?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
okay.
just that they didn't show. Like I said, they edited it. The
Mhm.
other guy spoke too, and he was crying and he was super upset.
Oh
They
no!
edited it because I'm the more popular person, so they only
Right.
showed what I said.
Hmm.
The point was that I was so
No.
upset is because he blocked everybody's blessing, not only just my blessing, but he
Right.
blocked everybody else's because he was more important.
Mm.
It
That is.
says, I mean, if you, he said he was a Christian. He said the whole Bible says, think of others better than yourself.
Mm.
So you're more important. Your family is more important than our family, and that goes right back into what happened on the first season. Where granted, JC is cool, we chit chat and all of that, but the thing is, everybody got a family.
Yeah.
I don't have a family. Like I'm just like I just God plopped me on earth without having
Right.
two parents and siblings and
Hmm.
all of that. I mean, I have an
Hmm.
immediate family, but I do have a family.
Right.
Your family is more important than my family, or the other two guys or three guys that was on my team is more important when you're gainfully employed and they don't have no job.
Mm.
So I was just like, I was upset because I was like, he heard how all of the stuff that those guys were saying and how they quit their job or they didn't have
Right.
anything to go back home to. They had
Hmm.
no income coming in,
Mm.
zero. He had a full-time job.
Mm.
So it's like, okay, cool. You just can't be trusted. And it's a disappointment to God because you just prayed to him and said you do the right thing. And then you got up there 5 minutes later and did exactly the opposite of all the things that you prayed and said you was going to do. You was going to do. And it's easy to say what you would do in someone's situation. It was like, well,
Right.
you didn't do it. Let's back up. First season, I was offered 1 million. Y'all forgot about that on the
Mm.
platform. A
Yeah.
million was offered. Did I go for it? No. Then it was 100,000 offered. Did I go for it? No. Then it was 50 grand offered. Did I go for it? No. Okay. Even when in Harrison tried to offer me a position that would have made me second to receive 450. Remember, he said, I'm gonna put you in position. I said, don't keep your position. I'll stay with God and my own choices and went fifth.
Mm.
Esteban was number one. He had the first right of refusal for 450,000. I would have been second. And I said no. I knew what was going to happen. It was going to be a bribe before we got to the big one. I
Right.
knew what I was there for. The whole
Hmm.
goal of this and the whole point of this is like, okay, you're there to get something, but at what cost? Your integrity, It is. So everybody's up for sale. It's like to the highest bidder, go to, go your integrity and your morals. So that was the reason why I was so upset. It's because it was a team. It
Yeah.
wasn't just me. it was
Right.
it was a team. What
You
was the
speaking up
purpose
for
of?
everybody.
Yeah, and I'll just say this one thing. What upset me more was I saw one of the team members who had told me about all of the stuff that he was going through make a post that the team had colluded, that they didn't trust me, and that's the reason why they didn't send me up. And he blocked his page so there can be comments on it. So I said, imagine this:
What?
everybody on the team said that they were Christians,
Mm-hmm.
and as a Christian, you invited me on the team,
Mm-hmm.
but it says to to think of others and think of good of others, but you
Mm-hmm.
didn't trust me. For what reason? What reason?
The whole team is this a this is just a nothing has been like validated, right? So this is just like out there that the team didn't trust you. But why did they
Well,
take
this is one of the members of the team had said
okay,
this, one of his thing. I don't know what they said. It's just what
right.
he's saying. He's
Okay.
saying that they didn't trust me, so that's why they didn't choose me. And I even said that. I
Mhm.
vied for myself. I said, why wouldn't you choose somebody that already ain't got a bag? I done touched it twice. None of
Right.
y'all had touched this type of money twice. I done touched it twice, so why wouldn't I go up? If I say I'm gonna
Man.
do something, I'm gonna do it. So
Yes.
they was like, no, no, no. And I said, well, see what your decision got you. How did that work out for you? Smart versus strong? How smart
Hey.
was that?
Hey. Hey.
How
That was good.
smart was that?
That was
It's
good.
like there's a difference between book smarts and street smarts. Like,
Yes, it
okay,
is.
book
It
smarts.
is.
Like, I'm from, like, I done been all over the world. Money talks and
Mhm.
other
And
stuff
BS
walks. So
walk.
it's like
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
so whatever. Like, I would have picked the person who got a bag any day of the week over a person who
Right.
ain't never seen that type of
Strategic.
money in their life. So I
Tr-
was like, okay, smart. Like, you don't need to know how to do trigonometry to figure this out. Even Jimmy said it. Said, why would you choose me? Even Jimmy said. Remember that
Jimmy
we
know
if
doing
they
a good
said, why would
part.
y'all choose
Yeah.
her?
I'm
Well,
just
we
saying to
already
me
know
it's
why.
strategic. But to me, that's if you're a strategic person in any kind of reality TV show, you're gonna move in a certain way to make sure that you are in a good position. And I just don't think some of the kids get that. I've been watching reality TV. They need to go watch the challenge a little bit. I don't know what's happening. So it's just the new kids on the block that just don't
Well,
get
I
it.
don't think they just study. Like, I think a lot of times it's so fast paced and they want something here and now, but they don't really study the
Microwave
game.
generation.
They
Hmm.
microwave generation ain't gonna watch no whole show and figure out how to get to a
Right.
bed. And the thing is, they don't ask questions either. They had all how a TV is. You had hours and hours where you sit with people. They could have asked me anything. I had so many strategies and ways to help. They didn't ask a thing.
Wow, that's crazy
They just
work.
milked with themselves, and I just sat
Mhm.
there and slept because I was like, imagine Warren Buffett being right next to you. Not saying I am, but I'm just saying,
Right.
imagine Warren Buffett sitting in the room and you just buzzing all around the room and you ain't asking him no questions.
That's insane. That's look.
I was like, what? Okay.
So, I'm gonna ask you this final
Mhm.
question. What do you have going on in your life now? You're charismatic. You became on the second season of this series. You have a lot of fans. People do root for you. They people I've seen type they want to see you on other reality competition shows. What is going on with you, Queen? What you got coming up?
I mean, right now, God is for me. I got a lot of stuff going on so far as
Okay.
community. I'm working in the community here in Baltimore, helping to,
Yes.
work alongside of nonprofits,
Mhm.
some farms,
Oh
on
wow.
just on a human level.
Wow.
I'm
Beautiful.
I'm looking to let God use me in things that kind of really matter, like affordable housing and people going through the struggles, and all of the other stuff is going to be a bonus. So I'm still putting myself
Okay.
out there and still kind of doing some things in the works, to like promote my own show and have my own travel show, and of course be forward facing. But I think my goal is kind of, it's not and or it's both. I kind of do want to make an impact in the places that I
Mm,
trod,
yes.
for the general overall, I would say, benefit of people that
Yeah.
are going through tough times right now, outside
A
of
lot.
just this
A lot.
this pseudo world of reality TV.
Mhm.
So I'm
Mhm.
trying to be more beneficial to that, and invest in my community and help with community efforts to increase affordable housing right now in our city. So that's the
Okay.
main thing I'm working on. I can't go into too many details, but that's what I'm working on, and also sustainable food, which I've been working with farms here in the urban area, urban farmers here in Baltimore. Strength to Love being one of them. So those are the things I'm doing right now, and in the meantime, between time, working on more opportunities to be on more shows and stuff like that in the future as well.
Do me a favor and please send me the links so that when I drop this interview, I can have the links of the things that you're speaking about so if people can click
Yes,
on it and be
definitely.
a part of it, please. You always are doing beautiful things. You've always been that person. Continue to do that. And I'm pretty sure I will see you on my screen at some point in time in my city. Okay. I
Well,
look
I hope
forward
to
to
be. Much love. Thank you so much for your time, Misha. You're doing your thing. You're always consistent. And I want to just say this that your consistency will pay off. I see how hard you work, and I see your grind. No matter how many people, you're still putting the work. And I've been there, and God is going to bless you. And I appreciate
Oh
your
wow, I
time.
appreciate that, mama, so much. You have no idea. That hit in my heart. All right, baby. All right, y'all.
All
Well,
right,
thank
you
you.
take
This is
care.
Mr. Views.